Hey, what's going on guys, Quamii here, and welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to be another Escape from Tarkov guide video, and I wanted to talk about how people make money in this game. I'm going to explain to you the real secret on how to make millions of rubles in this game. You have probably seen other players have millions of rubles early wipe, and you've probably thought to yourself, how the hell did they do that? Are they doing specific money runs to get this money? Are they hatchet running high loot areas? Are they just coming in with no gear all the time so then they risk less to save money? Are they cheating? How the hell are they doing this? These are all reasonable questions, and I'm going to tell you the real secret on how people are doing it. So if that sounds good to you, don't forget to like the video if you liked it and give it a thumbs up for me, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for future content, as there will be more videos like this one in the future. And remember to turn the notification bell on so you know when my videos go live for you. Feel free to swing by the live stream and say hello sometime. I stream 6 days a week at twitch.tv/Quamii. All other details will be in the description box below. Now we got all that stuff out of the way, guys. Let's get into it. Okay, so there's 3 main things that you need to do in order to make heaps of money in Escape from Tarkov. The first one is to survive your raids. Nothing is more important than surviving your actual raids, okay? The more often that you make it out of your raids, the more money you will take out from the raids in order to give them to the traders or the flea market to make money. Makes sense, yeah? And it also means the less money that you need to spend on buying more gear to gear up for the next raid. Assuming that you keep dying, you'd have to spend more money to get your armor, the next gun, ammunition, blah blah blah, all that stuff. It saves you from spending all that money if you just plain and simply survive. People with a very low survival rate generally have a very hard time making money in this game, and part of it is because they are not surviving their raids enough to be able to make a profit. Some friendly advice, do your absolute best to always fill up every single slot on your character when you're leaving a raid. So fill up your bag, your pockets, fill up your rig, everything. Fill up absolutely everything. Some people don't like doing this because they are concerned about if they can't reload their weapon, they drop a magazine. Seriously, bro, don't be concerned with not being able to reload. If you're really that concerned about it, buy another magazine. Like, who gives a crap? Seriously. Don't worry about the magazine. Just pick it up later if you really want it back, okay? Now here's something that really annoys me. People have this thing going on where they only pick up rare and high selling items. So this happened a while ago where I'm doing duos with a friend, and he literally runs by everything in on Interchange. We were playing Interchange and we ran to one of the tech computer rooms, and he literally ran by everything just to see if there was graphics cards, saw that there wasn't any graphics cards, and then he just left. And then what he ran past was GPX phones, the golden G phones, the regular G phones. They're all pretty expensive stuff, like selling for like more than 10,000 rubles a piece. Tetrises, which are very valuable, military cables, electric motors, electric drills, and some other stuff like the RIF reader thingies, which are really good right now. Like, so many things, he just ran by all of them. People are so concerned with the Bitcoin, the graphics card, the LEDX, for example. It's just like, you miss so many of these other items, which at the end of the day will add up and will add to your profit, to your bankroll in your stash. Now, when you're filling up your bag and your rigs and your pocket, the items that you put in there, they don't necessarily have to be extremely high selling value items. Okay, it can be things that they'll sell as low as like 5,000 rubles to the traders, if you will. It doesn't matter, as long as you fill them up, and at the end of the raid, you'll be making a couple 100,000 rubles per raid, in theory. In my opinion, it is much more profitable for you to go into your raids with the intention of surviving, and you fill up your bags and your rigs and your pockets, where you've got a couple 100,000 rubles worth of loot, and then you leave the raid and you reset. That, to me, is a much more sound strategy compared to hoping to run in and get the Bitcoin, and then you don't get it and you kind of just give up, which a lot of people do, and it's unfortunate. They'll go in there, see that the Bitcoin or the LEDX isn't there, and they kind of just give up. Don't do that. Just instead fill up your bags, fill up your rig, and fill up your pockets with loot, and then leave the raid. So that's number 1, survive your raids. Very important. So this is number 2. This is the second thing that people are doing that makes them the big bucks, and this is big, okay? This is really big. The second thing that people are doing is they're selling the hideout items on the flea market. And this is probably what makes them the most money. Hideout items are always in demand, so people are constantly buying them and the prices are constantly rising. This works at all stages of the wipe, but it works especially well during the early wipe. The reason being for this is because those items are in the highest demand at that time, and this is because people are trying to plow through their quests and get their hideout done ASAP. Some items absolutely explode for prices early wipe on the flea market. For example, the hunting matches. Do you guys remember the hunting matches at the start of the 12.12 wipe? I saw once that it was going for 500,000 rubles on the flea market. Just for one. 500,000 rubles. Can you believe that? A couple of times I saw it going for 100,000 rubles, but most of the time it was hovering around the 90 to 80k thousand rubles per one item on the flea market, which is crazy, absolutely crazy. When the item itself, you could probably sell it to the trader, and that would only sell for about 10,000 rubles, probably less than that, honestly. But there you go. The hunting matches was going for so much, and just imagine you had a whole bunch of them at the start of the wipe and you sold them on the flea market. Like, you'd be flying when it comes to money. And it wouldn't just be hunting matches, there will be heaps of different items that will be very overpriced that people would be wanting to buy and keep buying from the flea market. Some items that would always be in demand that you can easily make a lot of money from would be items like bolts, nuts, military filters, military cables, power cords, all that kind of stuff. So do your absolute best to sell as much as you can to the flea market. And remember, you can only sell items on the flea market if you survive your raids. And that's another reason why it's very important that you survive your raids. Alright, so the third and final thing that you should be doing is using your scav runs. Scav runs are an awesome way to score some free loot, and it's risk-free most of the time because it doesn't affect your PMC. Even if you die, you can always just try again and you don't lose any money. My suggestion to you is to go scav run wherever you want to go. It doesn't really matter which map you choose, as long as you know where to go to find loot. The most loot you could find in a scav run is probably going to be Lighthouse, in all fairness, but you don't have to go there if you don't want to go there. You can go wherever you want to go. So scavenge around and loot whatever you can, and make sure you fill up all the slots on your scav character. If you want to choose to go fight the other players, that's fine, but I personally would rather try and find some nice loot, like from military crates, duffel bags, computers, and also look for secret stashes. That's something that I like to do a lot. You can easily make a couple 100,000 rubles per raid on your scav runs, and you're generally pretty safe doing it. What I'm personally doing is I like to go on interchange because I know that map very well, and I will go to the tech stores and look for the loose loot there, and also loot the PCs lying around the map, and that's usually very successful for me. And if I'm feeling up to it, I'll go loot the military crates, duffel bags, and also the toolboxes. But you can really go to any map you want, as long as you're comfortable with the map and you know where to go, and you go fill up all the item slots on your character. And naturally, the more you do it, the more money you will make in the long run. It will get to the point where you will know, generally speaking, which items will sell for more at the traders and at the flea market, so you will know which items to pick up in comparison to others. Just like most things, it will take time to remember which items will sell for more. So, let's summarize. Survive your raids, sell the hideout items on the flea market, and use your scav raids. It really isn't that hard to make money in this game, but stick with these three things and you'll start making money. One last thing. People have asked me about the Bitcoin farm in the hideout, and is it a big deal to have or not? Look man, honestly, it is nice to have, but you don't need it. It costs a lot of money to get it up and running, and I mean a shit ton of money to get it up and running. And not to mention paying for fuel just to purely run the hideout. So, I am not going to call this essential for making money. I will instead call it a bonus. If you want to have the Bitcoin farm up and running, that's entirely up to you, man. But the additional cash you make from it later is nice to have, but it's not essential. So that's it. That's what I've got for you today, guys. And that's the secret on how people make money in Escape from Tarkov. I hope you found this video educational and useful in some way. I hope you learned something and gained a better understanding on the whole money making process. And hopefully it answered your question on how the other players are making millions of rubles in this game all the time. If you found this video useful, give it a thumbs up for me, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for future content, as there will be more videos like this one in the future. And remember to hit the notification bell icon so you know when my next videos go live. If you got any questions, ask away and leave a comment down below. Feel free to drop by the live stream and say hello sometime. I stream 6 days a week at twitch.tv/Quamii. All other details will be in the description box down below. Thank you all for watching. Remember to keep practicing, keep playing, keep improving, hang in there, stay Quam, and hopefully, I'll see you on the live stream.